Okay, this changes everything. What's going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger. Ladies and gentlemen, Marvel Rivals has gone ahead and literally revealed what feels like everything. We have all of the skins that will be releasing all the way up until season 5. Yes, you heard me correctly, not season 4.5. They literally have revealed stuff all the way through season 5. We have the new balance patch notes. We've got not one but 2 free skins that we'll be able to get. We've got Maestro Hulk. We got not one but 2 events to discuss, and so much more. But of course, before we dive into the details, you guys know the drill. Go ahead and grab your favorite drink. Go ahead and grab your favorite snack. There's a lot to cover in today's video, but fear not, I got you guys. If you do enjoy the video, please don't forget to scroll on down, leave a like. Thank you so very much for your kindness and your continued support. These videos do take a long time to put together just because there's so much information shared, and this is especially dense. There's a lot to cover here, but I got you guys. If you do appreciate that, please don't forget to take a quick moment, leave a like. And without further ado, let's dive into the news. So let's kick things off with the man without fear, aka Daredevil. We officially got the full gameplay trailer reveal for the character, and he looks absolutely tremendous. Yes, I know what you're saying, Blitz. All these trailers always look great, and then some of the characters end up being a little underwhelming. And yes, that's a valid point, but Daredevil is one of my favorite Marvel characters, so I'm extremely excited to go ahead and give this one a go. I just feel like the trailer makes him out to be a very unique character compared to the rest of the roster. It does seem like he's probably going to be quite high skill, meaning he won't be like noob friendly. But I think if you go ahead and invest the time into learning this one, I think that he will actually yield dividends and be an immensely powerful character. Now, of course, whether or not I'm right, we're going to have to just wait another week before the character arrives. Now, with the arrival of Daredevil, we got some exciting confirmations about both cosmetics and lore. They did go ahead and tell us that we're going to get a new lore entry titled The Long Road Back. So if you're one of the people that is actually following the Marvel Rivals lore, you'll be excited to see that unfold. But if you're someone who's like, I don't care about the lore, I want cosmetics, you're going to be pretty excited as well, because there's some really cool stuff that will be debuting in the shop the same day that Daredevil launches. So first and foremost, we're going to get a recolor skin for his default costume, which looks like his very first appearance, which is that sort of like burgundy, brown, and yellow costume. And I gotta say, am I the only one that feels like this recolor actually looks better than the regular version of the suit? I don't know. I just think it looks a lot nicer in that color scheme. Again, call me crazy, but let me know what you guys think. This is, of course, going to be a pretty cheap skin because it is a recolor. So it should retail for that like 700 to 900 unit cost like all the recolor skins are. So that is definitely pretty dang awesome. But if you're not a fan of recolors, there is going to be a brand new skin that will be debuting in the shop, and that is Daredevil 2099. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I think that this one seems a little over-designed. I do need to see it in action. You know, I want to see like the actual trailer that they drop where they actually showcase the character model moving and such, because oftentimes it's really hard to judge things from just like one static image. You actually need to see it in-game, moving around and animated. So I'm not going to judge it too harshly, but from the little preview image that they gave us from the roadmap and the update screen, it does look a tad bit over-designed for my liking. But if you're a fan of that aesthetic for the 2099 designs that we've gotten so far, you're going to be extremely excited to go ahead and add this one to your collections. And as you're rounding out your Daredevil collection in Marvel Rivals, don't forget to also go ahead and pick up the Devil 2099 emoji bundle, which will also be available in the shop on October 10th when Daredevil releases and when season 4.5 launches. But that is still not all. They also did confirm that along with all the Daredevil goodies that will be debuting in the shop on that date, we're also going to go ahead and get Maestro Hulk debuting in the shop as well, which feels pretty dang awesome because I feel like it's been a hot second since we got a new Hulk skin, so this should be pretty exciting. Maestro Hulk is one of the most iconic versions of the Hulk. If you've never read any of the comics by Peter David, or he was the writer on those comics, or Maestro Hulk, do yourself a favor, go seek them out. They are absolutely terrific. So this is a very exciting addition to the lineup. Yes, it's still very like stylized in their own take on Maestro Hulk. It's not quite like a one-to-one copy from the comics, but I'm really excited that we're getting Maestro Hulk in the game as well. So you're probably thinking, okay, Blitz, that's a lot of cool stuff debuting with season 4.5. Is that it? Let's move on to the balance post. Nope. we're getting a brand new event as well, titled Jade Scrolls of Kunlun. This is going to be yet another one of those like mini battle passes, so expect the price point for this one to probably be around 990 units. It will be structured the same way as the last few of these event passes that we've gotten, where there is a free skin that you can earn, which is actually a storm skin, which is the Judicator. I'm not really sure how to pronounce the second part of this, but it's the Judicator costume or storm. So if you don't want to buy the pass, but you still want to participate in the event, you will be able to get that skin along with a few more rewards. Keep in mind, they always do a pretty good job of giving some free stuff in these passes. But if you do want to purchase the premium version of this pass, which once again will probably run you 990 units like the last few ones have, you're going to be able to go ahead and get the Psylocke Fleeting Butterfly skin, which is a legendary skin. So that means that it's probably going to have some really cool stuff included in the actual event pass, including a really probably cool animation for MVP screen. And in addition to that, they're actually going to include a Spider-Man black and gold costume as well. Now, again, Psylocke and the Spidey skins will be premium only, so you will need to purchase the premium event pass if you'd like to participate in getting those rewards. But listen, everybody loves free stuff. So far, we talked about a lot of paid things, with the exception of that new Storm skin. Fear not, there's some really cool free stuff coming with Season 4.5 as well, including the confirmation of new Twitch drops, which will this time around reward us with a brand new Mr. Fantastic version of the Will of Galacta theme that they've been doing for all of the Twitch drops. So expect that sort of like purplish, pinkish recolor for Mr. Fantastic. It will work the exact same way as the last ones, where you have to reach a certain threshold of viewing time in order to unlock the skin. Keep in mind that this will be going on from October 10th, which is when Season 4.5 will be debuting, all the way up until November 7th. So again, you will have a limited amount of time to actually get this free skin. So if you're a Mr. Fantastic fan and you want to get this particular Twitch drop, keep that date in mind so that you do not miss out. And then the much more exciting skin, in my personal opinion, is the brand new ranked reward skin, which is going to be for Daredevil. This one is the Shenloong's Creed skin, and holy moly, it looks freaking fantastic. It basically applies this gold and red color scheme to the default recolor of Daredevil, and it looks really freaking cool. I love the color combination here. This is of course going to be a skin that you will be able to go ahead and earn by participating in the ranked mode of the game, and most importantly, reaching gold rank during Season 4.5. So if you have not been playing ranked and you are a Daredevil fan, unfortunately, I guess this is bad news. You're gonna need to start playing ranked, because this skin is too dang cool to miss out on. Plus, again, reaching gold is not that difficult. So I hope all of you guys are managing, or gonna manage, to hit that rank in Season 4.5 so that you can go ahead and earn this really cool new Daredevil skin. Now, everything that we have talked about up until this point in the video is everything that will be debuting with Season 4.5 on October 10th. However, that is still not all, because they did go ahead and obviously talk about balance changes, which we'll cover in just one moment. But I did want to bring up the Season 4.5 roadmap, because they've gone ahead and pretty much dropped everything that we can expect in Season 4.5, and even confirmed when Season 5 would be debuting, which, fun fact, is going to be on November 14th. So let's quickly run through the roadmap so that you guys are all caught up in terms of what you should expect as we work our way through Season 4.5. So we're going to kick things off on the roadmap with October 17th, since we've already discussed the October 10th update stuff. But with October 17th, we can expect two brand new skins themed around a race car driving theme for Formula R, as we're receiving a brand new Squirrel Girl and a brand new Thor skin. So if you've been waiting for new Squirrel Girl cosmetics and Thor cosmetics, fear not, you won't have to wait too long in Season 4.5 for those to arrive. October 24th is going to be a big week for Marvel Rivals, because not only will they begin to roll out their Halloween cosmetics with the Voyage to Astonish and the Midnight Mayhem costumes, which, by the way, I am still going to firmly say that one of these is probably going to be bundled together for some sort of an event pass or something like that, just because I cannot imagine them dropping 4 different skins all in the shop on 1 week. They've never done that before. I'd be absolutely astonished if that's the route that they go to, but to be fair, it is titled Voyage to Astonish, so who knows? But more importantly, along with all the cosmetics that we can expect, which of course include Penny Parker, Namor, Jeff the Landshark, and Blade Knight, we are also going to get the debut of the brand new mystery mode. Now again, we have learned with the last Marvel Rivals update where they told us that the actual reveal of this mode will actually happen during the Thailand game show on October 17th. So 1 week before it actually releasing in the game, we're going to learn what this game mode is. It has been long rumored to be some sort of a capture the flag mode, and then recently there have been some rumblings that this might actually end up being some sort of a PvE mode where we face off against Marvel Zombies. Regardless, it sounds pretty dang cool, so I'm excited to find out what awaits for us on October 24th. Then we roll on over to Halloween Day with October 31st, where the update is going to be very spooky, dropping the Spider-Man Man-Spider skin, as well as the Scarlet Witch Queen of the Dead, aka Marvel Zombies variant for Scarlet Witch, will be debuting in the shop on Halloween Day. Then just 1 week later on November 7th, which is actually going to be the last official cosmetic that we are getting in Season 4.5, and that is going to be the Iron Man Big Shot skin, where it's pretty much Tony Stark just kind of rocking and rolling without an actual Iron Man suit on. So kind of a fun variant for Tony that we can expect on November 7th. And then, of course, they have gone ahead and confirmed that just 1 week after that, on November 14th, would be the new season debuting, which, keep in mind, for the longest time, Season 5 has been rumored to go ahead and feature both Rogue and Gambit as playable characters. Oh, but we're not done yet, because of course, one of the most important elements to these updates outside of cosmetics and all the cool new stuff that we get to play as is, most importantly, the actual balancing patch nodes. And are there any balancing changes happening with Season 4.5? Yes, it's not too much stuff, so fear not, it's not going to be overwhelming, but we do need to go through them just so that you're aware of the information and so that you're prepared for Season 4.5's meta. So we're going to kick things off with Angela, where she's actually going to be receiving a slight buff to her Divine Judgment ability. When activating Divine Judgment after Season 4.5's patch debuts, the axes of I-Core, which are her axe attack in close range, the bonus health that you currently gain from those attacks while casting Divine Judgment are at 30 points per enemy hit. That will be going up to 40 points per enemy hit, and the allied bonus health that is received within the Divine Judgment area will be going up from 15 points of bonus health up to 20. So again, should improve a little bit of survivability of your teammates while playing Angela, and most importantly, should definitely improve your own survivability quite a bit. The next Vanguard that is getting a massive change, in my personal opinion, is actually Venom. I think Venom fans should be extremely excited because his ultimate ability, which is the Feast of the Abyss ability, will now apply a 30% healing reductions to all enemies that were hit by the ult, and that will last for 4 seconds. So that sounds like a pretty substantial, impactful way to power buff Venom. So I think if you're a Venom player, you should be extremely excited about Season 4.5 because it sounds like your ultimate is taking one heck of a power-up. So next, let's go on ahead and jump to our Duelist, kicking things off with Blade, who's going to be taking a nice little buff in the form of, first and foremost, an increase to his Daywalker Dash secondary attack range. That will be increasing from 4.5 meters to 6.5 meters, so you'll be able to damage enemies at a longer range, which is always nice, especially for melee characters. In addition to that, they're also reworking the way, or not completely reworking, but buffing the way that a lot of his attack slash speed buffs are working. So currently, during Bloodline Awakening, that buff actually exists, or I guess is active for 0.7 seconds, or sorry, 0.7 seconds, so not even 1 second. That will be going up to 1 second after the patch debuts. In addition to that, you will now be able to actually get a slash speed stack by landing all 4 of your whirlwind slash attacks. So again, another way to stack those buffs and make sure that you're attacking at a rapid speed when you're playing Blade. Hella players will be happy to know that she's actually going to be getting an improved survivability update with this new patch, because Astro Flock's startup cast time is actually going to be reduced. They didn't specify to what, but they did just say that it will be faster to actually go into your Astro Flock form. So that should be nice in terms of survivability alone. But in addition to that, after casting the actual Flock form, you will also gain 25 bonus HP, which I feel like is going to be pretty substantial. That sounds like a really useful buff. For Hela players, Human Torch players, I've got some bad news for you, because you're going to be having to deal with a nerf. First and foremost, there's going to be a reduced damage from the current 5.5 per projectile down to 5 per projectile on your fire cluster damage. In addition to that, there's now going to be an actual delay before replenishing your ammo on that particular fire cluster ability of half a second before you actually start to quote unquote reload. So that should be a pretty substantial, I feel like noticeable difference for the damage output of the Human Torch. And then in addition to that, when in plasma body form, you will actually have reduced movement speed from the current 900 to 850. So you're going to be a little bit slower, and it's going to take a little bit longer to actually do damage as the Human Torch. Iron Fist continues to be reworked towards targeting specifically high health characters, because his fixed damage on his primary attack will be coming down from 9 to 8. However, they are then increasing the percentage damage of the enemy's max health per strike from 2.7 to 3.1. It's very clear that they're trying to go ahead and push Iron Fist players in the direction of only using Iron Fist when you have to deal specifically with tanks, and that would then yield in the best success is just trying to make sure that you're fighting most often the higher health characters. Mr. Fantastic is gonna actually get a new really cool ability, because when you successfully pull an enemy with your distant grip ability, which is like that grab ability, the target is now going to be afflicted with a 1-second immobilization effect. So this sounds like a pretty useful tech for Mr. Fantastic players, especially if your teammates are paying attention, because if you call this out as you deliver the distant grip and then all your teammates are able to capitalize and go ahead and attack that same target during that one immobilized second, I feel like this could actually be a really useful ability for Mr. Fantastic. Phoenix players, I'm afraid I've got a lot of bad news for you, because first and foremost, they have removed your ability to go ahead and stack sparks by using melee attacks. So those of you that were using that as an exploit to gain more spark stacks, you will no longer be able to do that starting with season 4.5. In addition to that, Dark Ascent is taking a pretty substantial nerf as well. First and foremost, primary weapon ammo will no longer replenish during the Dark Ascent attack. And in addition to that, they have added an extra second of cooldown to the Dark Ascent ability. And finally, when it comes to the Duelist side of things, Psylocke is going to have a nice little buff to her ultimate ability. First and foremost, when delivering the ult, you will have less of a slowdown on your character. So right now it has a slowdown effect of 30%. That will be coming down to 15%. So you'll be able to cover a larger amount of distance while in your ultimate as Psylocke. And then in addition to that, the damage that you deliver per strike while in your ultimate will actually be going up from 150 points up to 170 points of damage. And let's round out the list with our strategist changes. So first and foremost, Cloak and Dagger players, I've got some bad news for you as well, because it's going to take longer to cast your ult. The current energy required to cast the ultimate ability for Cloak and Dagger is 4,300 points. That will be going up to 4,500 energy points starting with season 4.5. Jeff the Landshark's survivability will be coming down. His current passive allows him to avoid critical hit damage at a 70% rate, which is pretty dang high. So that will be coming down to just 50%. So all of you annoying Jeff players, watch out, because critical hits are coming after you in season 4.5. This next one is probably the most exciting change on the... This next change is probably the most exciting one on the strategist side of things, at least for me personally, and that is the change to Rocket's ultimate ability, where it is now going to go ahead and give you an increased damage boost from the current 25% all the way up to 40%. So this should be pretty substantial. I do feel like this is going to be probably one of the abilities that I could expect to actually get nerfed after rolling out in season 4.5, just because this sounds pretty dang powerful. A 40% power increase in damage sounds very, very, very strong. And finally, on the strategist side of things, Ultron is also going to be experiencing one heck of a nerf in two different ways. First and foremost, his ultimate ability cost will be going up from the current 3,400 energy cost all the way up to 3,700. So that is pretty substantial. But then his imperative patch healing ability amount will also be coming down from the current 35 down to 30, and the healing bonus that you give to your followed ally with the little drone thing that you could send after them will also be coming down from 10 to 5. So again, I guess they felt like Ultron was just providing a little too much healing, and most importantly, probably utilizing his ultimate way too often. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This one took ages to put together, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. So much to talk about, so much to be excited about. I'm just absolutely bewildered and shocked that they went ahead and pretty much rolled out all of season 4.5 for us to enjoy and expect, with the exception of obviously the mystery game mode. Other than that, we literally know everything that will be happening week to week with season 4.5, and we have confirmation of the debut date for season 5. So a lot to be excited about if you're a Marvel Rivals fan. Of course, like I mentioned at the top, guys, if you did enjoy today's video, please take a quick moment and leave a like. Thank you so very much for your kindness and your continued support. I will hopefully see you all here on the next one. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.